All right, Chad. So fun day at Seaside. Definitely some waves to, progress on and learn a few things. Just because you have the speed, these waves are generating speed or helping you generate speed. Just because they're more wedgy and it wasn't closed out as much as some of the other sessions we've done together. So let's look at this one. Obviously, you probably know what I'm going to say is that you're going the wrong way. That's definitely a right. Um, yeah, definitely a right. So that would have just been better just to look over your shoulder and see was the other direction. Sometimes, when it's peaky, you just try to look for the best way to go. Might be a left, might be a right. But definitely out here, it's more of a right on the inside where you were surfing in parking lots. So let's just go to the next one. This isn't you, but I just put this in there because, since we go to Seaside a little more often, the outside, this is typical outside and it might have been high tide this day, but it's, a lot of cutbacks, unless it's bigger and maybe lower tide or the right swell direction, it'll be a little more of a wall. But it's usually a lot of cutbacks on those lefts like that. So let's see this one. So, I remember when I was watching this day, I was really impressed how you were, getting into these waves really good. That's done. You've mastered that. And you're getting up to the top right there. Like, that's that's exactly what we've been working on is getting you up to the top so you can drive down the wave and have a lot of speed. And this wave just closed out, but um, so when you came down right here, you went right up to the top, which was good. You probably when you came down, you probably should have stayed a little bit high, like maybe stay high right here, and maybe you would have drove down. You kind of did go to the bottom a little bit, so even to the bottom, you did your bottom turn right there. And that's okay if you're going to come to the top and do a turn right there. Like I said, I do like that you're going up to the top and you're using it to gain more speed, but you're getting better at doing everything in a whole. As a whole, you're getting a lot better with speed and everything. So I think maybe you're at the point where you should do that bottom turn right there, and then when you come up there, turn down. Just come up here and you're turning down. Like, give it a little bit of something, a little power right there. Just turn it down, and then kind of continue with the wave. That could have been something you would do because the wave just kind of was over with. Let's see this one. So that's good. I know we've talked about doing fluent turns and not doing mechanical turns, and um, that was good. You're getting the right feel for it. Once you keep getting a little better, you'll be able to do these with more ease and even more fluent, and you'll be on your way to surfing, I think, pretty well. So let's see this one. So you're in it, a little wobbly on the takeoff, and I see how you're trying to stay up high, and that's good. And you're making the wave, and you're maintaining your speed, and then you went for your move. But let's see, why do you lose your speed when you did that move? Because the wave had nothing right there. So you're going for a cutback, and there was really no wave. The wave is starting to build up again. I know these are like technical things to think about, Um, and it's way harder when you only have split seconds to think of what you're going to do. But you're just trying to read the wave and understand what that wave is about to do. So you could see the wave had the power here, and then the wave is dying out, and that's when you went for your turn, and that's why you couldn't do it, because there really wasn't anything left there. And then you're kicking out, and then it kind of built back up again. But that's Seaside. It does that. That's why people don't always like Seaside, because it's kind of weird like that. It does weird stuff. Let's see this one. So I think that was one of the waves I really liked. Let's see, you're getting into it. Critical spot, that's a good place to take off. I like it. Could you did what you had to do. It sometimes those waves come in really quick, and it is hard to be in the right position on these waves sometimes. But you made the best of it, and when you got up right there and did that, like that's that's good, man. Like you did a little baby bottom turn, then you kind of came up to the top to get more speed, and that was your other spot where you're gonna float over this section right here. You could have just done like a got up it and then banked off this, and you would have come down here with even more speed. And you could have you can, when you're at that point and it's already pitching, you can still just whip it up there and get up on that lip. And you'll figure out how to do that in time. And then you went for your turn. And that was good. You'll get more comfortable and you'll get more committed to those turns. As you get more comfortable, it's just going to be like second nature. Um, but just getting the feel for it, that's good. And getting the feel for it and making it smooth, how you're doing that, that's perfect, man. You're gonna do well. Just keep doing that, and you'll keep pushing it a little bit harder, and you'll start pulling those. This one, the left. Yeah, the lefts out here sometimes are really weak. These inside, it's a little mushy left. I don't know if it's deeper water right there or what, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, this is the way it sucked, and you just kind of made the best for it. I don't know. I mean, let's see here. It's flat, and it looks like it starts building up again. When you did your turn, it started building back up. So you would be just trying to work this left. Like I've been out there a lot on these lefts, and all there really is to do is like wait till you get to the end and try to do something at the end. But it's constantly trying to get speed, and then once you get your speed, it's like you can do something. And this is just Seaside. Every wave is different, so you're gonna approach. Every break is different, so you're gonna be approaching different waves differently. Let's see here. So good wave. Probably just a little bit. You're behind the place where you wanted to be. Again, that's Seaside. It's hard to be in the right position sometimes. Obviously, okay. For what you're gonna, let's just see, to make the best out of this wave. You're behind the peak, the actual wave that you want to be in, because it's over here. But right here, it's really going to be hard to get speed. There's really nothing allowing you to get speed. So all you could really do is doing what you're doing right here and try to float this. as best you can. And if you could try to float across this, then that's great. But that would probably be a little bit hard at this point. But might as well go for that at least. Try to float across a section like this. And if you make it, you make it. If you don't, then at least you're trying to make this wave. And the wave was going really fast. It would have been tough, but if you would have been on that wave in the right spot, who knows what? I don't know. Maybe a barrel. I'm not sure what he could have got out of. It's been a pretty small tube. Not sure if anyone would even fit in that. It's here a little Grom. Okay, let's see this one. So that's just trying to get. There's a wave on the outside, and a local guy that surfs really well. Let's just see his approach. He's on his rail. He's not, hopping at all. He's just using the wave to get the speed. So I guess that's something you can look at on this. The only movements he's doing are movements that are like giving him more speed. Even when he's doing his cutback, he's coming back and using the whitewash to gain more speed. And that was like his little stall to kind of get back in the wave and get back where the power of the wave is. Because it looks like he's coming out here. Wave's getting really flat, but the wave kind of builds back up again. So it's like he's trying to just position himself. So these aren't really maneuvers, they're just he's trying to wait to get positioned to let the wave offer him something, but wave's not always going to do that. Maybe he could have just kind of done a little floater off this right here. But I think he was just over it. So it's pretty good. I'm like, these are the best surfing I've seen do since we've started doing all this. These waves probably helped a lot too. These were pretty fun waves. Let's see here. Paddling hard into it, kind of waiting for it to let you in. That's good. Little baby bottom turn up to the top. It's good. And then you got your speed, and then that's when you go for your maneuver. You did the right thing right there. That's perfect. You're committed to the turn at that point, and then right there, it looks like maybe you're losing speed, but don't be afraid to take that speed and just keep pushing it, because when you get back here to this whitewash, it's going to push you back into the wave again, because there's a lot of power in right here. So when you go off here and you bank off it, you're going to come back with possibly more speed to do another maneuver out here. So this wave had a little juice. Right, like what I would have done right here, I probably would have bottom turned. Let's see here. Probably would have bottom turned right away and then came up and really turned down right here. Like this wave's, it's steep right here. It's like kind of wedging. And that would be a good opportunity to really like give it something, give it some power right there and turn down. But that's all right. You skipped that and then you went for the next spot, and you did the right thing. But you banked pretty good, just a little more. and you would have been back in that little power zone to push you back out again, and you would have pulled it. So I guess you could do that. Learn that would be something to learn from that one. Just in the wrong position. Just try to understand where you are out there when the waves are coming in. But it's not easy. And obviously it would have been better if you were over here. Let's go to the next one. That's probably a good wave. Probably would have, maybe, I don't know, maybe let it go for some reason. But that would have been a fun one. And here's another outside wave. Just when you go out there finally. No, we haven't surfed out there yet, but this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be getting these waves, and you have like kind of one opportunity out here on the outside, right off the takeoff, to come up and get one good turn off. Because then at that point, it just kind of gets mushy like this. That's not really fun. And then it's kind of at that point, it's like now you're just trying to get to the inside to maybe where the wave is going to offer something again. So when you're on the outside, when you go out there, just remember you got one opportunity to do something out there. And I don't know if that cutback was really the great opportunity. I think it was back here. It was like more like go into your bottom turn right away because you're not trying to race this section. It's not going to close out there. But that's just something to think about. He's surfing this wave good. That's why I put it in here. He's kind of waiting for this wave to give him something. Then he went for his bottom turn, and now he's like trying to go to town. Just turn back into a bottom turn. Turn back into another bottom turn. Turn. That's good. That was good. He surfed it well. Three maneuvers like back to back like that without hopping or anything. That's good. Something to to try to do. Try to think about. He's maintaining his speed. He's not blowing all his speed on one thing and then losing it. He's like coming down with more speed into another bottom turn, and then just turning back down again, and then the wave's done. So let's see this one. Just the wave kind of had all its power on the takeoff. You're a little bit behind it, but you're just behind it. It's breaking right here, so sometimes these waves just kind of wedge up right here, and it's hard to get on this side. So just when you're at Seaside, just try to always remember, try to put yourself in the right spot. So that was good. I mean, he does what he's making the best of it. He's waiting, he's being patient, and then waiting because he probably sees that the wave's getting steeper over here where he's going to be able to get a good maneuver off. That's where like there's a nice little steeper part of the wave right there, and that kind of sets him up for the rest of the wave. So like even though he does that big turn, he's not satisfied with just doing one turn. So he's probably not putting everything he has into this turn and trying to just like finish the wave. He's this is a turn that's setting up for another one because it goes right back into another bottom turn. And another one. See how it just turns, comes back into the power part of the wave, and then bottom turns again. And he's just gaining speed off every turn, so something to want to do. I want to do that too. So this one, good, fluent turn all the way back. Could have pushed it a little bit harder back into the whitewash. So you're doing the turn. You could see like you do your turn right here, and then you're losing speed because you're putting energy into this turn. And see, like right when you're like all out of energy, you're hitting the whitewash, and then you're getting all that energy back. And so what you did right here is you gave it all your energy, and then you got to here, and then now you're out of speed again because you're not going back further enough to get in that whitewash and get in the speed again. So, I mean, probably if you would have turned right there, just don't be afraid to come up and hit this. And really, and then when you come back down, you're trying to like gain speed. So like kind of get low maybe, and then you're coming back up here to do another maneuver. Good. Obviously, you can see right off the bat you're just leaning a little bit too far back on your back foot. Your approach was good. I really like the approach. Came up, you timed it perfectly, and it's looking good right there. You're just leaning too far back here. So that's one thing that you've been doing on your backside is leaning a little bit too far back on the tail when you're trying to drive more. So just shift your weight up a little bit more on your front foot, and you would have pulled that. Just behind the section, and we got one more wave left. So it's pretty good. Kind of waiting, it's good. You're waiting for the wave to give you something. You weren't trying to get up too fast. Trying to catch up with the wave, get to the top. Perfect. You want to get up here to gain your speed and get into it. So maybe let's see here. So like it looks like maybe you're trying to do a maneuver right there. Let's see here. Maybe not. So when you come up, just try to be more fluent. Like just try to get up here, and less like movement. You're just trying to get up here to get speed. But see, it looks like you're kind of like trying to turn your board right there, but you don't need to do that. You just need to get to the top. It's not about the turn. It's just about getting up here to gain more speed to get down. Because when you're coming back down, you're just gonna kind of shoot you out more, so you can set up for the real turn that you want to do. You're just trying to play catch up. But that was like kind of a good approach right there. Kind of bottom turn, and that's where you turn, and you did a turn, and that's good. I mean, just keep doing that sort of thing. See, like this other turn, it looked like you're trying to turn a little bit, but like I said, that wasn't a spot to. You're just trying to gain speed. It's like gaining speed and doing turns are two different things because you're using all your speed to do a turn. So you're kind of like wasting your energy and losing speed when you try to turn right there. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm not. But that was good right there. That little turn. Because you came back down and you see you had even more speed after you did that. So that's good. And that's it. So until next time. But that was a good session. I was really impressed. So that is all.